Good evening, everyone. I'm CA.Murali Nagaraj, so faculty for accounts for all three levels of CA course. So this video I'm making in order to bring the areas to be focused for your examination in principles and practice of accounting, especially in accounts. Now, so you have almost 17 units in your syllabus, my dear friends. So not as per ICI, so it is as per my class material, so which I have made with. Now, in this 17 units, so the important areas which you have to focus, that's what we are going to discuss in this video. So before you go for examination, so pay the attention on it. So it is not that this is the questions which is going to appear in examination. No, I'm not making the video for that. So because institute will never ask a question beyond its the syllabus, so for entire syllabus weightage will be adequately given. So just for your preparation, since your preparation is already done, so you are in the verge of revision, so therefore addition to value add-on for your revision, so I'm here to give the insights for this chapter, so which area you have to focus for the examination. Now without wasting the time, let us go to the video. Now, in chapter number 1, in the unit number 1, as per as my class material is concerned, meaning and scope of accounting, in this chapter just you have to focus on what is a transaction. So that if you understand in the theoretical way, transaction, that's sufficient. Then difference between bookkeeping and accounting and subfields of accounting. So these are the things which you have to focus. Next, in unit number 2, accounting principles and policies. So in this, so it is a complete discussion of accounting concepts, conventions, policies, principles, accounting system, method of accounting, etc. So in this, so you have to prepare with the concepts, conventions, and systems of accounting and method of accounting. So system of accounting, so you have that cash system, mercantile system, etc. Method of accounting, you have the double entry system and incomplete records. This explanation, just you have to focus on it. Next, in unit number 3, measurement base and accounting standards. So in this measurement base, so we have the 5 measurement bases. So historical cost, present value, replacement model, etc. So realizable value, etc. So those things just focus on theoretical question. Accounting standards, so they won't ask in detail about accounting standards, but you have to focus on application of Ind AS. So how many Ind AS are there, for whom Ind AS is applicable. So that area in your syllabus it is there, so therefore have the focus on it. Next, in a capital and revenue expenditure, you have to understand the difference between capital and revenue expenditure. Then types of expenditure, so capital revenue and deferred revenue. Then assets, types of assets, and liabilities, types of liabilities. So this you have to understand. Then difference between provision, contingent liability, or contingent expenses. So about this differences, just you have to focus. In assets especially, so when asset has to be capitalized in case of existing asset, so this part you have to focus on it, as well as components of capitalization of asset. So this you have to focus on it. Components means inclusions in a cost, exclusions in a cost. So this area you have to focus on it. So preferably 4 to 6 marks will be there from this chapter. That is capital and revenue expenditure, 4 to 6 marks. Theoretical questions will be there. Even in a compulsory question, they may ask it for it. So theoretical way. Next, in original books of accounts, journal and ledger, usually, so no questions will be pictured in this chapter, apart from in question number 6 for 5 marks, maybe journal entries, adjusting entries, they may ask it. So apart from that, so there is no weightage for this chapter. Next, a trial balance and rectification of errors. So in this trial balance, just theory trial balance, how many types of trial balance are there, what do you mean by adjusted trial balance. So this theoretically you have to be prepared. Then rectification of errors is the focus in this chapter. So rectification of errors, so we have the 3 time frames. One is before trial balance, after trial balance, and after financial statements. So before trial balance, for single-sided errors, entry will not be there. Only for double-sided errors entry will come. In case of after trial, that is in a first case, before trial balance, there is no suspense account nor penal adjustment account. But after trial balance, whether it's a single-sided error or double-sided error, you have to adjust with entry only. So their suspense account will come. In case of rectifying after financial statements, then for single-sided errors or double-sided error, it has to be through journal entry there for the errors affecting nominal accounts. So P&L adjustment account will come along with the suspense accounts for the normal rectification. So these are the things you have to focus in that area. So please prepare the how to rectify after trial balance but before financial statements for the safer side. Next, bank reconciliation statement. So we have the two types of bank reconciliation statement. So that is forward or reverse approach, especially and moreover. If you start with cash book, the destination is a passbook. If you start from passbook, destination is a cash book. So this models, two models you prepare with, along with, so one special type of cash book is there, adjusted cash book model. So this type of BRS you have to prepare, that is cash book related, all the errors will be rectified in a cash book. Those balance after rectification, the revised cash book balance will be taken as a cash book, the balance as per cash book for BRS. So then only the few timing differences which we have, that will be prepared in a BRS. Then finally BRS statement will be prepared, that model. So please focus on it. Expect adjusted cash book with BRS model. Next, inventories. In inventories, so we have a valuation of inventories. Then number two is reconciliation of inventories. So usually examination focus is inventory reconciliation is the examiner's focus. So that plays the attention, compulsory question. BRS and inventory is a compulsory question for 10 marks. It will be there. So therefore inventories reconciliation focus it. But in our regular classes, we would have solved in weighted average method based on periodic stock take method, weighted average model. One problem we have solved it. So those problems, so kindly have a look on it. So other students, those who are viewing my video apart from my class students, so please gather that question. So weighted average method, periodic stock take, so that model question, so have a look on it and reach out. Next, in a depreciation, chapter number 8. So in this, so the weightage was completely reduced, maybe 4 to 5 marks weightage will be there. So in that, change in method. So change in method or revision in life. These are two types of model of questions. Just have a look and go. Next, in final accounts, so we have manufacturing entity, non-manufacturing entity. In manufacturing entity, ready with manufacturer account. Non-manufacturing entity, so ready with the question with all 14 adjustments, what you know it, those questions, but preferably ready with rectification of error with final accounts, that model. So it is there in your RTP also, previous year RTPs also it is there. So that is first rectification of errors, supporting to with, continuing with final accounts to be prepared. That model you have to ready with, because at your 12th standard or PUC level, so you would have prepared normal financial accounts, financial statements. So therefore here, so it is one step ahead, first rectification supporting with final accounts. That model be ready and expect for 20 marks, 15 to 20 marks question, either final accounts of sole proprietor or NPO, non-profit organization. Out of these two, one question will be there. Next, in a consignment, so short question. So in that consignment, please focus on valuation of stock, commission treatment, and loss treatment. So in a normal loss, if normal loss is there, first you have to reinflate the per unit cost price, revise the cost price, then revised cost price you have to use it for normal loss, abnormal loss, or further calculations for valuation of stock, etc. So in that, complete focus is commission part and valuation of stock. So please focus on it. So out of that, in a previous RTP or May 18 RTP, so one commission model, 1/5 on after commission, total commission, etc. One model of problem is there. So that problem, please focus on it. Next, chapter number 11. In this, partnership accounts. Out of this, completely it is a compulsory question. Short question will be there. Out of this partnership accounts, this time, so I'm expecting that the light will be thrown on death of the partner, supporting with JLP treatment. Yeah, so please be ready with death. Other problems, so it doesn't mean that admission retirement they will not ask. No, so I'm expecting preferably this time it will be on death. So death with JLP, so prepare with that. And additionally, so please pay the attention on section 37 application in case of death of the partner. So that adjustment is there. So that variety of problem also play the attention. So before you enter into, just have the look on these topics whether you have covered or not. So just have a checklist. So this area, yes, have you covered or not? If it is covered, just put a tick on it. So if it is not covered, just look out on it and you can reach it. Fine. Next, in a financial statements of non-profit organization, so it is, we have the sports, hospitals, library, charity, this and all. So in all the model it is the same. So this time maybe expect that sports related problem, so maybe expected. Yeah, so in that 5 varieties are there. So out of that, just it will be there. It is as same as final accounts, but here capital revenue expenditure, if you know how to classify, so non-profit organization chapter will be really easy to do with. Next, in a company accounts, so in a company accounts, so we have issue of shares, issue of debentures. So in issue of share, for cash, not other than cash, debentures, issue for cash, other than cash. In both, my dear friends, normally issue for cash model you would have prepared in your normal class. So therefore, please expect the question from issue of shares or debentures for other than cash. If its shares are issued for other than cash, so if it is issued for promoters, it is called as goodwill. If it is issued to purchase the asset accountable to share capital account, either it's a premium or discount, whatever it might be. If it is issued for settlement of liability account debit to share capital, such a way it is for issued for other than cash. If it is a debentures are issued, so if it is issued for other than cash, it may be purchase of property or issued as a collateral. So that collateral entries are there, model 1, model 2. So that is no entry model or debenture suspense account model entry. So that too you have to place with it. So expect from the debentures 1 question and also issue of shares from 1 question, either for combination of 4 marks plus 6 marks, or maybe one area which can be 10 marks. That is damn sure. Next, goods sent on approval. So out of this, so we have normal one model of question, goods sent on approval. So if they accept, then it is a sale. Otherwise, within a stipulated time, if they return, then it is a return. Otherwise, if the stipulated time has expired, then also we will treat it as a sale. So using this model, so maybe 4 to 5 marks question it will be asked. So be prepared for this. Bill of exchange and promissory note. In this, so we have the model of problems are like renewal of bill. First is renewal of bill, accommodation of bill, retirement of the bill, then termination of the bill, then we have the insolvency. Out of this, my dear friends, please focus on renewal of bill as well as accommodation bill. So these are 2 types of problem, so focus on it. You will do wonders. Next, in account current. So account current, if the it is a statement prepared by a party in order to convey the balance along with the interest due. So in this model, the title also plays a vital role. In this account current, the theoretical question also may be asked, how many types of account current are there. How to prepare in a compulsory question, maybe for 2 marks they may test it. So therefore go through the methods of or types of account current. Then for 5 marks, so short account current, 5 to 6 marks short account current will be there. Then average due date. So in average due date, you have to prepare for theory also. Any date can be taken as a base date for computation of average due date. It is not necessarily that only first date, that's the least date you have to take. Preferably we will take least date. It is not necessary that only least date we have to select. Any date you can select. Yeah. Next, on settlement of the average due date, interest component will become 0. If you settle early, you have to allow the discount, rebate on discounting. If they are settling after average due date, then you have all the rights to ask the interest. Yeah, so these are the things. Out of this, my dear friends, these are the areas to be focused. Out of that, so important chapter, suppose sir tell me out at least some 60 to 70 marks from which chapter it will cover. Yeah, so for that I'll tell. So average due date some 5 marks, account current some 5 marks, bill of exchange 5 marks, goods sent on approval 5 marks. So company accounts 10 marks. So financial statement or final accounts. Financial statement, final accounts or financial statement. Out of these two, any one will come. So that may be least to least 15 marks will be there out of these two. Next, consignment, sure short, 10 marks. Consignment, sure short, 10 marks. Partnership, sure short, 15 to 20 marks will be there. 15 marks to 20. So depreciation is maybe maximum of 4 to 5 marks at the lower end I will keep. So inventories, sure short, 10 marks. Bank reconciliation statement, 10 marks. Rectification of errors. So if they ask final accounts merging with rectification of errors, then rectification of errors separate question they will not ask. Suppose if NPO they have asked, final accounts if they have not asked, then maybe rectification of errors separately for 10 marks they may ask. Or just 2-3 entries, suppose if they want to test, then for 6 to maybe 4 to 6 marks they may ask out of this. Then original books, journal, ledger, so no question I expect from this. Maybe theoretical question for question number 5 or 6 for 5 marks question. So what is debit note, what is credit note, this was the difference between ledger and journal. So those theoretical questions you may go through. So then from capital and revenue, so from this maybe 4 marks you may expect it. So then accounting policy, principles, this and all put together, maximum of just 4 marks is the weightage. Yeah, in examination scenario, my dear friends, you may be asked 6 questions. Out of that, question number 1 is compulsory. Out of rest of the 5 questions, any 5 questions, out of the rest of 5, you have to write any of the 4 questions. Don't write extra question and waste your time. Yeah, so hope this information is useful to you. So all the very best for your examination. So for my upcoming classes schedule, I have attached along with this video at the end of the video. So those who are preparing for, those who are thinking to join for foundation classes, so suggest my classes if you have loved my classes or these explanations or these predictions what I have given. So suggest my classes to your juniors also. So all the best, come out with flying colors. Let us meet you at all higher levels. Bye.